Hello everyone and welcome to day 25. Today we're going to do an aesthetic geometric pattern. Now this kind of background is, I understand, a bit out there and probably not done by many. But I have seen in some colouring books where you have like a scene where they've got a living room with cupboards. You could totally do this as a wallpaper. And also if you've got a beautiful picture of a lady that you've coloured with nothing in the background, you could do a stood by a wall and this would be what's on the wall at the back of her. Like a photo shoot background where they've got the little advertisements behind them. Could be a bit like that. So I thought I want to have a go at it. So I'm going to have a go at it. So this is going to be part of the background. So I've just marked out some dots here on my pad. They are all literally just put it out here and they're literally all 1.5 centimeters apart, and I've done the same at the bottom. So I'm just gonna line them up. I'm sorry about the mess on this paper. I don't know why the ink has started smudging in it. It's like it's not dried or something. So I'm gonna join them lines up now. We're gonna go all the way down and meet up with the other spot at the bottom. And the good thing is I can go over this with the Stedler pen later. I'll be able to rub these out. So what I'm going to do then is just measure corner to corner, which is 12.5. So we want 6 and a little bit, and that's the centre. I wouldn't say that that looks like the centre, to be honest, but have a look. Half of a half there. That seems more the centre to me now. And a nice line straight down the centre. Because this side's going to be our pink side, because we're doing a turquoise and pink marble, and we're doing a grey and purple marble. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go down each one. Now I've just got a reference page up there just so I can keep track of what I'm doing. I'm going to do each line by each line. It's just easier. I've tried to do it in the past where I do a line over here and then bits and bobs, and it just doesn't work. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm just going to follow it down because it makes it a lot easier to do it this way than it is to try and match it up. And then that one can be that side. That'll do. So make that out a little bit wider. And put that to the ends. A little rubber, my well used rubber. Okay. And then we're going to do this going up from that what we've just put in. And then down. You're kind of just doing your own pattern really. I've got a triangle there. Let me just do, because I want this to look like a diamond here. I'm going to stop that there because obviously that breaks up that bit. And then I'm going to have one travelling that way, and then there we go. And then we've got like kind of a half triangle here in the corner that we come up with. So we're going to have these little tiny ones, but we can just do them in colour, that's not a problem. So then we're going to continue the pattern on like this. I'm going to come down here with this one, and then I'm going to move on to a triangle. Oops, wasn't meant to do that. So just get your pattern going that you're wanting to go with. And that can have triangle there. This is going to look really odd. But I want a diamond here, so let's do a diamond here. How did I go so wide on that there? And then that can go like that. That centre line what's throwing it off. And it's going to annoy me because that's all straight and got bits and bobs to it. This is not. So that's got to change because that can't go like that. So I'm going to do move that bit out. I'm going to try and straighten that line up there. No, it has to stay off like that. But this one, and go back in there, and that can match up with that, and that can shape off like that. Give us two triangles, and then we can have a diamond on here. Very oddly shaped diamond. So maybe I'm not very good at drawing the geo pattern, but yeah, well. Suppose it's all about right angles, isn't it? Right, I'm going to leave it at that. It looks a bit odd, but very well. Now let's put this line in. And these are all straight. Till I get more practice at it, I don't think I'm going to get it any better than that. What's going on with the ink on this paper? I've never had this paper do this. Never. I've got a feeling I want that one there to be straight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to straighten it up. Sorry, I'm going silent, aren't I? Because I'm like trying to suss out where to put all these lines and then not get the ink on the page as well. I don't want it to smudge the ones that we've just done. That's virtually a straight line. That's what we'll do. And that's virtually a straight line. I'm not going to let it defeat me, that is for sure. It's definitely not going to defeat me. So yeah, once you've filled in all these lines, it might be a bit confusing all this. I don't know what's happened there and why that's come out of sync, but it can go like that now. I don't know what's happened there. I'm going to persevere. I'm definitely going to persevere. Hopefully. Oh, see, like, squidge that black out. Right, we're going to have to just go with that. That's what it's going to be. It's gone a bit skewy in places, and I don't know how. You think it's me taking that line off there, but it is what it is. Can't change it, and it's quite messy. But we're going to work with the turquoise and pink, and we're going to need putty beige as well. So it's just block colouring basically. You're doing nothing special, just remembering that don't go over your centre line. So this one is going to be a light one, and this is light aqua PC922. How long has it been since we've done block colouring? Okay, so that is so light aqua PC 992. And then we're going to have a jade green. It looks so messy, this page. Honestly, I have never had it do that before, where it's smudged all the ink. And I printed it quite a bit before. I started colouring on it, which is weird. Okay. That's going to be a marble. So this one, that's going to be a marble. So then that one is, write that down, jade green. PC 1021. And this one is aQUAMARINE. PC905. I'm going to put this one up here. I'm going to put all these ones in first. I wonder if anyone's doing a block colouring hashtag. So that one can be marble. Then do this one, aQUAMARINE. I'm just hoping it looks good because I haven't tried this, so I'm not too sure how it's gonna go. Right, back to jade green, can go on this side. Whoops. Well, that sound makes that strange noise every time I colour. Like it's alive and freaking me out. And then light aqua. In fact, I think I want 2 marble there. I'm going to do 2 marble so it breaks some of that green up. So here I'm going to do a light aQUA. And then this one's going to be jade. Jade green. It's a very light jade green there. It's weird not doing no shading. I'm not going to lie. And then aQUAMARINE. So this one can be an aQUAMARINE. And then this one can be jade. And I've already made my first mistake. I've not watched where my line is. And this little fella here is in the wrong box. So let's hope I can rub it out. And we'll make that one a Prismas aren't easy to rub out at all. So that's what we've got to keep in mind. So what I'm going to do now before we move on, I'm just going to put some marble effects in. So we're using Putty Beige. So for the marble, I'm going to put in marble. I just spelt it like that. Marble. It's going to be Putty Beige. My handwriting is terrible on here, I do apologise. PC1083. I'm going to colour all these boxes in with that colour. I hope this looks good when it's actually finished. And then we wanted a double whammy here. I'm not pressing on too heavy for the marble because I need the pink to come over the top of it. Okay. And then we're using, let's write this down, pink PC929, and we are using processed red, which looks nothing like red. PC994. Hopefully this works. So I'm going to use the pink first, and I'm just going to do random patterns within the Putty Beige. I'm just thinking marble when I'm doing it. There and here. Random patterns. Just like I did with my marble effect earlier on in the series. It's just really any pattern you want. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing on here. and that's on the other side. So I'm going to get processed red now, and where I've gone in with that pink, I'm just going to highlight areas of it, and this will help give it that marble effect that we're after. Just coming a little bit closer. So where that is in here, kind of squiggling it because to make it look like it's sections of it deeper. You can run little lines off it if you wanted to. If you wanted to run some little threads over to there. And then same down here. Just do little lines coming off it now. I really love doing marble. I think this is the first time I've done it completely with pencil. In the other one I did it with watercolour, and that was pretty cool, creating the same type of marble effect with that. Okay, and then let's go back to planning out these. So this one can be aquamarine. If I was to do it again, I'd probably swap that out for a different colour because I don't think it goes well with them. I want that one marble, so this one can be all jade. Remembering that that centre line's there, so don't go over it. I'm going to burnish these boxes anyway, just so they'll look even. So marble, marble, marble. Make that one jade. They're going to be marble, so this one can be light aquamarine here. This one again can be aquamarine. I think it doesn't help because I've done, if I was doing it just all one colour, I think it would have come out better, but because I had to keep in mind that I was doing a different colour, it's kind of thrown me off what I was going to do. Light aquamarine here. That's going to be marble. I need to rub that line out because you can see it. So then this one can be jade. That can be marble, so that can be aquamarine. So that's marble. And this one can be light aqua. Okay, and then the last to do, I'll just turn that down, why is it strange? So Putty Beige in all the ones that we've left out. Just a light layer of that. And the whimsical you do it, don't completely cover all the areas. It doesn't matter if there's a bit of white showing, because you kind of want that in marble anyway. Okay, and then in with pink, and we're just going to make our little patterns again. I think it's actually starting to look good, apart from the grid. I think what let it down. It actually looks good. So if we could find, like, I think what I might do next time, if I was to do it again, I'd probably get a blank geometric template off the internet and then trace over it and then put it over the page that I'd be colouring, just so it looks more uniform, because at the minute that's the only thing that lets it down for me, is the grid that we're working on. And I love the Prismacolours for the pop, the colour you get. I'm sure at some point I will be able to source some Prismacolour pencils, the bigger set, so I've got access to even better colours. But for now, the 72 set has to be my pal. Because they're just too expensive. And because of the pandemic and what's going on, they're just hanking the prices up. I'm not paying it. I refuse to pay it. So until they come down, I won't be getting them. I've got another one up here. So I've got to make do with what I've got. I'm just scribbling that kind of in and making sure it's hard pressure and it picks up them white sections. So then we're going to get our silver pen for this side, and it's a silver metallic POSCA, the PC994. We've got to be careful with this bit. Let me just check it's coming out, and it is. So I'm just going to run at the front of this one here, and then when we do the gold on the other side, that's what we'll do with that. I'm running it up there. With as much of a steady hand as possible. If not, use a ruler. See, I've smudged it already. I'm getting it on there. Whoops. So we're just going to have to be a little bit more careful. apart from caking it, well, we shouldn't. So let's just do the lines as good as we can here rather than drawing big lines, because I've just smudged it on that side. So I'm going to work from outside towards me. How people do this with the frog tape on the bedroom walls is beyond me, because I've just got frustrated just by doing this today. So that's one half done. So hopefully now there should be no black lines onshore. And let's move on to the, still want putty beige out of that, but we're moving on to the purple and grey section. So this was the aqua and pink, and this one is going to be the grey and purple. And we're using, again, not for the marble bit, I've got black, right? So we're using 20% French grey, 70% cold grey, cool should I say, and 70% warm grey. And then for the marble, it's going to be putty, beige, putty beige, Parma violet, and violet. I'll swatch them out at the end. So first of all, I'm going to do our greys. So let's do the lighter ones. So I'll do a lighter one here. So go as far up to that silver line that we just put in as possible. And then that one can be marble. And then this one can be 20% French grey as well. So just work out which ones you want marble. So then the next one, I wanted that one marble, so this one can be 20% cool grey. I'm probably going to prefer the grey to the aqua and pink. Okay. And this one's warm, so that one's going to be marble. Them two both can be marble, and this can be. I think I should have used a 50%. I think I'm going to take that out. Cover over this 70% cool with the warm. changing my mind and all. And I'm going to swap out the cool, and I'm going to use worth 50% grey. There we go. I'm going to go with 50% grey, and I'm going to put that here. Yeah, that's much better. The other ones were too dark. So that's going to be marble. So if I go in this section here with the 50%, simple block colouring, nothing technical, marble. So marble. Then we'll do a light 20% French grey on this one. And then this one can be 70% warm. And two can be grey, so we'll come in here with 50%. And that one can be the warm grey. And then, oh no, it can't be. Let's do French. And then that bottom square is going to be marble. Nearly clash colours then. So let's just move on to the marble so it keeps it broken up. So going in with Putty Beige like in the last one. And all these that we've left out, so that's going to be a double marble. See, this time I'm going on a bit too heavy with the Putty Beige. That's not what I want. Keep it light. And this last one here was Putty Beige as well. And then we're going in with Parma Violet. And we're just going to do the same patterns as we've been doing over there. Just done that on the wrong colour. See, mistakes happen. We'll collect that rubbed out straight off the top of it. Let's go in here where it's meant to go. And just putting in fancy lines of whatever shape takes me fancy. Same down here. then go in with violet, like we did with the other one. Just going to pick up and make it a bit stronger in places. Probably would have used an even darker purple if I had the choice of a darker purple, but I don't have, like I said, a big enough set to do that. Add some wishy-washy purple bits in between. I'm trying to work out now whether it's come out like I want it to or if it's not. Can't say I'm 100% happy with how it is, but I do honestly believe it's down to the grid that's making me think, yeah, don't really like it. I like the colour choices. I mean, yeah, I do actually like the colour choices. Okay, we'll go back to these three colours. So I'm going to do this one dark, 70% warm. And then that can be marble, and I'm going to do 50% cool. Pressing really hard to give that good coverage. So let's have this one light, and then them two can be marble. Oh, I need to keep an eye on what I'm doing. The game is off tonight. Go over that where I did the purple before, and then go over that. Hopefully it won't stand out like a sore thumb. It'll be fine. Okay, and then let's have a see. That one can be marble, so I'll put a light one here. 20% French there. And then we'll have a dark 70% warm here. Nice and firmly pressed on. And then let's go 50% on this one. And then that's going to have to be, I'm going to have to go over that 20% warm. I need a big marble. If I do all them grey there, they're not going to look right. Let me do these three marble. These three here marble before I make my decision on that, and then I can see what it looks like. Again, random patterns. This what was good about doing it with watercolour, because it gave that pattern itself. It just travelled to where it wanted to go. Can't believe how behind I've got just from a bad back. Bad back getting in the way. Okay, so let me just add on the violet. See where this takes us. Again, I'm not doing anything complicated. I'm just filling in them sections where I feel the blue will look the best, or the violet, should I say. Counts, I see. I think we'll put that one beige. Do that marble. And that's going to have to be it's going to have to be 50%, even though it's going to look odd. It's going to have to be. So let's do our last two purple colours in this box. And then the dark violet in there. Like I said, this is the first time I've attempted geometric design like this. So let's get the gold out. Let's see how well the gold fares against. So like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to work my way down. So I want a line down here that goes over the edge of that silver. And then I'm going to work my way like this. Probably could do with a finer metallic, but I've got to go with the tools I have. I don't have a finer one. I do have a gel pen one, but I think that is too fine. Needs to be stand out enough that you get to see it. Like I say, if you're not steady-handed, you can use a ruler on this bit. It's totally fine. And then join the edges up. Over in this side. My aim is not to have any black lines left. There you have the geo pattern for aqua pink and grey purple. You could always get a bit of gold. Where's my silver one? Where are you, silver? This is a bit of silver. Let me check what this is like. Yeah, you could always get a bit of silver and run that in with your marble. That'll fancy it up a little bit. These are just a cheap gel pen, cheap metallic gel pen. I tell you what I'm going to do, I might actually sparkle some up to make it look a bit more fun. Let's get the gold on this one. Add in a bit of gold in that marble. And these are optional extras, I would call it. If you want to add these in, you don't have to. And like I said, the only thing I'd change is probably if I add a thinner metallic pen. Okay, you can see them. I think let's see if I've got my stickles about anywhere. Let's give it some. Which one should we do? This jade green. I'll try and pierce that because it's dried up. It's been that long since I've used it. Little thing. I've got to the end of that. I think so. Put it. Come on. Well, it's deciding to come out. And do the odd one like this. And I don't know if you would do it all. I mean, you could do it all if you wanted to, but I think it would make it a little bit, you don't want it to look tacky. And then let's do the black bit of this sparkly. This is like a Stickles, but this is Dovecraft. Let's do this one. And we'll do all of these four. It's very fitting because the colours they've picked out of it as well, which is cool. On this side you can see all the purples in the glitter, and on that side you can see all the pink in the glitter. And I think that just about does that geo effect. So I used, let me write on a Dovecraft glitter glue. And POSCA metallics. I'm sure it's metallics. Yeah. Gold and silver. And I'll just give you a quick swatch out so you can see. Just see if I can clear that off a bit. It's a bit misty. I honestly need to get a much better camera. Okay, so this was the gold and the silver, and we changed this to 50% cool grey, I think it was. Well, let's put these on. So there's our Putty beige. If anyone wants a colour swatch, Parma violet and violet. And then we've got 50%, 70% warm grey and 20% cool grey. And then these colours lastly. Putty back on that one. Then we had pink. And then we had process red. Well, it's nothing like red. Jade. Light aqua. And aquamarine. And there's your little swatch. If you want to pause it and take a screenshot and match that up, you can. And then obviously just this is an Eddings gold gel pen, and that's just a Fola silver gel pen. So I hope you've enjoyed day 25, and that's my geometric design, and it's all nice and metallic and shimmery. For the first attempt, I don't think it's bad. I followed through and I've done it, and that's good. And a little bit of gold and silver in the marble section. So I will see you on day 26. Thanks everybody. Bye.